You staying home tonight?
I hadn't planned on it, no.
Plan on it.
Minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery.
You're gonna die.
I'm Raymond Arroyo. We'll see you next time.
We're back here at the show, guys.
I'm so excited.
Chris, this is episode 2 or 3 of the show that you've been on. Three. This is episode 3.
Three.
Last time you were here, you forgot that you had been on.
Yep, I didn't believe that I had been on, but then I remembered and / you found it and proved it to me.
I feel bad because in the intro, Matt Cranley is on there. Twice, Matt Cranley, he was the guy playing guitar.
Okay.
Twice he's driven here from, I think, Houston, and we've recorded.
Oh, and none of the episodes have come out?
Oh. No, we never aired them. One time, it was because we started talking about something, and I was like, I can't air it. I can't. We got like 30 minutes into a topic, and then it was like, and then at one point he just stood up and was like, let's do this. And then I was like, I can't air this. And then the second episode.
Wait, let's rehash this topic.
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
And then the second episode, we recorded a full episode. It was good. And then I accidentally deleted it off a memory card. Yeah.
No.
But I have footage of him just riffing on a guitar. He brought a guitar and an amp, set it up.
Well, come on, he's
and
part
he
of
was
the
just
intro.
Riffing, yeah.
That might be a good exchange.
It was so cool.
He recorded 2 episodes. He didn't get to be in either, but he's in the intro twice.
Now we just tell people that it's for Patreon subscribers. They can listen. They can listen to those episodes. And there's only 2 Patreon subscribers.
Even though
maybe.
one is, so that's only.
I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. I haven't even looked.
Oh, how many Patreon subscribers?
Yeah, I haven't looked in a long time.
Look.
Okay, here we go.
While you're looking this up, I wanted to open this up with.
Okay.
Will Smith did a really good job in Aladdin.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh damn! I was really hoping.
I saw Lion King. That's
Okay,
a remake.
I haven't seen.
It
Lion.
wasn't
I
good.
heard it was bad.
It was not good.
Yeah, I could have watched it on the plane here, but I decided not to.
It's not good. You know what else wasn't good? Have you seen John Wick 3?
Yeah, but okay, yeah, fair, but I don't know.
Have you seen all of them?
Yeah, but once it gets to the third in the series, first off, it had a thing.
Yeah.
Like right, John Wick 1 was like what?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, well, it was only good because you were like what?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
And then 2, you're like okay, they're really they're cashing in a little bit. And 3, they're just like we're gonna take this all the way to the bank. We're gonna get Halle Berry. We're gonna put in more dogs.
Oh, that was Halle Berry.
Yeah, it was Halle Berry.
That's right.
Which is pretty good that you didn't pick up that was Halle Berry, so they did a good enough job to make you.
I thought she was a Middle Eastern woman.
I mean,
so how long went from the first John Wick to the third one? Because
I don't know, 3 years, 4 years.
it feels like 30 years went by. Kanye West was going so slow. He's fighting people, and you're like, this dude is not catching any punch.
Kanye West.
Or did I say Kanye West?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Which
Keanu Reeves.
I want a John Wick 3 with Keanu. Or
Someone
with,
who's listening should make
Kanye.
should make a John Wick with Kanye as the
like a
but
deep
he's
fake.
like
he's older.
But Keanu already is kind of stiff. He's kind of like whoa. But then it just was so unbelievable. He's just like 2 arms, just like block.
Yeah,
block.
Like in 3, it was worse. Like
He's
the
so
fighting
slow.
was much worse. Like the other thing that I didn't like about 3 was all of like the big fight scenes were like wearing him down. He got worn down so fast, and it was like, okay,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose this one. You're not gonna make it. And then he was just like, I have energy welling out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like he ate a what do they call him? DBZ?
Oh, a sensu bean.
Sensu bean.
Oh wow. I love that we said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost like 4 gallons of blood before like the first act.
Yeah. It was too.
Then he cuts off his finger. Spoiler, sorry.
Again.
Again? What do you mean again?
So I think that's like the assassin. Like that's the thing you do. You have to chop off your finger to be in the assassin.
Wait, what do you mean again? He had all of his fingers.
No. I think it was on either hand. I thought he was missing a finger on another hand. Because to be part of the club, I thought you had to. It's just like Assassin's Creed.
They do that in Assassin's Creed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's like an assassin's thing, like chop off your finger.
Man, they're weird about
to me.
fingers. Why are they
Prove to
weird
me.
about fingers?
I don't know.
Do you think you could? That happened in what was that movie with Ryan Gosling where he's buried in the coffin, and
No.
the whole movie's in the coffin.
It's funny you went there because I would have gone to the 127 Hours with James Franco where he cuts his arm off, and that's like a true story.
But the terrorist is like, prove to us that you're serious. Like, cut off your finger.
Oh,
while he's in
I
the
have
coffin.
not seen that because I feel like
It's
I
not great.
immediately get nightmares.
Yeah, it was claustrophobic.
It was Ryan Gosling, Ryan
No.
Reynolds,
Yeah, what did I say?
Ryan Gosling.
That's it. Kanye.
Is John?
Who did we say yesterday? I said Emma Stone, and you said Emma Watson.
No. I was thinking of Emma Stone, and you were like, yeah, she did Harry Potter. I was like, no, that's Emma Watson.
How many Patreon subscribers we have? Chris, do you remember all the URLs for everything?
No, what?
This is the intro material.
Yeah, I know. I tried.
Welcome to the show.
I don't even
Watch
have
it
the bits
on
down.
youtube.com/
The show.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do?
Wait, is that it? What'd you forget to do? The intro in general?
Yeah, okay.
Do it now.
Yeah, well, we start with a prayer now for the show.
Okay.
Yeah. What? What?
I'm sorry. I kept opening my eyes and looking at you, with your face was tweaking out, and I was like,
Sorry, I was
"Wait, are
praying.
you gonna?" Okay,
All
I
right,
wasn't sure if
yeah.
it was gonna be loud or if you were gonna do it like.
Are you done?
Oh my goodness! Is this a thing? Is this a bit?
No, let's just start with a prayer.
Yeah, I'm done. I mean, are you waiting on me? This is like passive aggressive praying. Like, yo, you done yet? You done praying? Gosh.
We have 2 Patreon subscribers. So I think that's all we need.
Yo, save that
I
money.
mean, let's not say how much they're giving, but
No,
they're
I
giving
won't.
a lot.
Yeah.
What was that?
Was it my phone?
We both have our phones out.
definitely my
What were we
phone.
saying? Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to the show. Oh, I want to give some shout outs. This is like weeks later, but
That's right.
someone's pastor's wife listens to the show. So shout out to her.
Yep.
I don't know who that is.
I was gonna say, you know who you are.
You know who you are. And then Alob in one of the previous episodes said that someone that works maintenance, I think, at Franciscan University listens to the show and loves it.
Nice.
But I forget his name too.
You're good at this.
Are there any shout outs you want to give?
A shout out to my cat Moose, who we had to put down recently.
Wait, did you really? Or are you giving a
Yes.
bit?
No.
Are you really?
We really did.
Did I know
didn't-
this? Did you tell me that? Oh, I think.
I might have told
Wait, how
you
many
this.
cats do you guys have?
We
though?
had 2. We had 2.
Oh.
We had Moose. who
Moose was the one that was like diabetic and like had
No,
all the
yeah,
problems.
she had asthma and heart disease.
Okay.
And yeah, dude, it's so tragic.
Yeah.
Dude, heart disease in cats, it's the worst because there's like 2 ways they go. They have a heart attack, which in this sounds terrible, but that's like the best way.
Yeah.
Because the other way is they get a blood clot, and the blood clot goes back to the back of their spine, blocks blood flow to their legs, and so their legs become paralyzed. Dude,
I
it's
think that happens to me
so-
every night. I think I have sleep apnea where that happens
Okay,
to me.
that's different than blood clots because otherwise you're having brain aneurysms.
Oh,
But
well.
dude, it was so bad. Courtney was like, "Yeah,
How long have you guys had her for?
we had her for she was 5
Dang, yeah.
or like 5.5." So we
In
had
cat
her for,
years, what is that, like 3 months old?
No,
How old is cat years?
Copper. Oh, I don't know.
Is it human years to
I
cat
don't know. They
years?
live like 20 years. They live like 20 years.
Human years to cat. But you've had her for a while, and she's kind of been high maintenance, which made it even
Dude,
probably.
so much. We spent so much money on her. From all the medicine she was on, we were giving her like 4 or 6 pills a day.
So it's mixed feelings because you're glad she died, but you feel guilty that you're glad
Yeah,
she's.
it's hard because like, the crazy part was like, I mean, she was famous on Courtney's Instagram.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was
You
a
could probably just
big-
get one that looks like her and just.
No, Courtney, like we this is sensitive stuff, man.
Okay, Courtney, don't listen to this part.
No, Courtney won't listen to this anyways.
Why not? She loves the show.
Yeah, she
Remember when she was on the show?
Yeah, and she fell asleep.
No. Hey, well, that, but also remember I said, how many people do you think have muted me? How many of my friends on Facebook do you think have muted me? And or I said, do you think anyone has muted me on Facebook? And Courtney from like the back of the room was like, yes.
She tells it like it is.
Okay, 5 years old. Oh, she was 36 years old.
Yeah.
In human years.
Oh, that's interesting. This is a nice website. This is
I'll put this in show notes.
something Prunus? Purina. Oh, Purina. That's
The show links.
co.uk. I don't know how you got to.
Oh, I need to make a new. Anyways, I screwed
Okay.
that up. But
Yeah,
anyways,
all right. Well, Purina.co.uk. Shout out.
so if
to
your cat
Purina.
was 10 years old, she'd be 56. A senior cat.
That's interesting because I thought they lived into their 20s. Maybe that's just like
Well, 20s in cat years.
Oof. Reddit.
Then they'd be 92.
Reddit's like, shout out to all the cats on Reddit that are over 20 years old then.
Sorry, I'm just making an episode. What were we talking about? Oh, we were doing the episode links. YouTube.com/Edmund Mitchell, which I need to make its own channel. for
The show.
Yeah.
that'd be good.
And then Facebook.com/the show with Edmund Mitchell to watch the video. So those are the two places for video. And then audio is most podcasts and Spotify.
Who usually does that? Because that's like a bit on the show.
Does what?
You do that with
Oh, I make those scumbags try to say the links because they don't care at all.
Okay, yeah. So it's like a bit, but it's
Yeah.
also like a passive aggressive, like
Yeah, because they
legit-
don't care.
Yeah, but also
They don't prepare
I
at
think
all.
they're messing with you sometimes.
No, they're
too.
not at all. No, they're not. They don't know.
How
They don't
many
know at
times
all.
Have they done the show and they?
You would think they would know, but they don't. They don't care.
It's a nice part of the show. Like the fact that they don't know makes the show more fun. So you should hope that they continually don't know,
Freaking.
or they just keep messing it up on purpose.
They're idiots.
Like that day that, like on the last episode that I was on.
Oh, when I made Allie keep doing the news.
No, but it wasn't. Allie wasn't on.
Oh, who was
And
it?
you made
Johnny.
Johnny.
And Johnny was really
just
confused.
messing with you the
Yeah.
whole time. That was
Yeah.
so great.
So here, I just want to add this to show links. This is purina.co/UK.
I'm like learning how to do a podcast while we're doing a podcast. It's very meta.
Learning how to do it?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
because you're like doing it.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
showing me.
Yeah, this Fireside has this little button you click. So like any website you go to, you just click the button and then it's like, boom, and it adds it to show notes automatically. Isn't that cool?
Why do you think they called it Fireside? Like Fireside Chat?
I don't know. Dan Benjamin, this guy
Danny
that started
B.
it, and I don't know why he came up with that name. He's kind of like there's a part of him
Look
that's
at that
I know.
advertisement to
I know.
Rode podcast
Yep.
microphone.
He's kind of like half of him is dead on the inside. He's like an old man. With,
Okay, no joke. The worst.
it's not bad. Look,
No,
it's not bad.
no, but the image, like the dashboard up front, like,
Yeah. Well, this is a
Why-
video. This is a video.
well, I know, but terrible thumbnail choice.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like,
Well, look at that. 14 million downloads on whatever podcast this is.
maybe they should put some dollar signs in front
But
of
see,
that.
he doesn't care as much about marketing. I mean, he does like hardly any marketing. It's all just a really good platform. Which imagine that, right?
Imagine that. Fireside
So there's Dan Benjamin,
chat.
Hattie Cook, Ethan Leon, Ryan Schwartz, CK Hicks, and Garrett.
Anytime I see these, I go to people's LinkedIn. I'm
Really?
I'm a LinkedIn stalker now.
No, you're just a stalker in general.
This is very true.
Yeah.
This is very true. If I learn that someone is like successful in a
Yeah.
way,
You're
I
like,
want
what's
to
his
know,
mom look
what-
like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always the moms.
So Dan Benjamin, he's like half dead inside, and I think he is. He's been doing this for a long time, so he just doesn't care anymore. But this is very successful.
yeah, maybe he doesn't care because he makes a lot of money.
Yeah, because it's very. Oh, look, I accidentally made like 3
Yeah, I noticed
episodes.
that. Also, episode 99.
Oh, I just added that's filler. In the business, they call it filler.
Filler.
So we got through all the links. What were we talking about before? Oh, Moose died.
Yeah,
Is that what you wanted to open the show with?
No. I opened it up with Will Smith did a good job in Aladdin, but you
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
seen Aladdin,
No.
so he did a good job. People, I think, like when Will Smith came out, like they were showing like the blue Will Smith.
Yeah.
like, people were like, "This is not okay."
Yeah, because they were like,
Dude, he
trap a black guy in a lamp, and then he has to serve you kind of thing. Wasn't that a part of it? They were like, this is kind of slave stuff.
Okay, it
Subliminal.
could be. It could be, but
Am I making that up, or do I just have that inside?
I
of
don't
me?
know.
Is that that's like a Rorschach thing? Like because I saw that, that
it
makes
could be.
me a
That's an
plantation
interesting
owner.
way to think about that. I mean, the end of it, though. I mean, what happens at the end, even in Aladdin?
I forget. I'm getting all of them because there was a second Aladdin Disney one too, right?
Yeah, but I don't think that counts.
I had the hots for Jasmine. That really messed me up as a kid.
Dude, all the Disney princesses.
Because I was right at that age where I wasn't sure what was going on with girls.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I feel weird about this movie. I just keep watching it.
What is going on? What?
But I thought Jasmine was pretty handsome.
Yeah, they did some new numbers, like some new songs.
Oh yeah.
No bueno.
What's his name? Minaj.
Nicki Minaj? What's
No.
his name?
The guy that does all the Hamilton music.
I don't
Um.
Laird Hamilton.
People are shouting right now. Someone working maintenance at Franciscan is just shouting.
Oh, also, yeah, we're Googling it. We're getting there.
What? No, not the Diocese of Hamilton.
Yo, Google has got you figured out. Are you on? No, you're on.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
You're on Firefox. Who are you?
Firefox? What? Safari? What?
Safari. Yeah,
Yeah.
Safari. I was thinking Firefox.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, and he's a guy that's
Okay,
really
go
good
with
at
that.
coming up with music.
Okay,
comes up
did
with a lot
he
of songs.
do? Did he do Aladdin? Because the
Yeah,
new,
I think he did. I think he did
the-
some of it, maybe.
the new numbers, they were just so obvious. That was what was so hard about it. Is like it.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't do that.
Okay, some of them were like good modern takes on the old, and they kept. Okay, so I should be fair.
This was like Lion King. Lion King was the same way. It was like a 30-second version of the classics. It was not good.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
They did some good ones. I mean, like the I Will Show You the World, whatever.
Yeah.
Or I'm so sorry, Disney fans out there. I'm gonna kill all
Or
of these.
I Can Show You the World.
Yeah, I don't know what the
can
name of it
show
is.
you.
hmm
Yeah.
I mean, that was really good. But
Did they
it was
switch
just
it where-
really, it was
did-
nostalgic for me.
Did they make it like a women's rights thing where like Jasmine shows Aladdin the world?
No. Okay. So
Kinda hot.
I don't remember Aladdin well enough, but I was expecting this, which first off, I'm super happy about. I'm glad that they're doing this big shift of like no more like Prince saves the day.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how Aladdin ended, and like what
I think
what
they
happened.
just get married. I think that's it. They could just get married, right?
Okay, they just get married, and there's no like resolution to like what her father is doing, or
Is her father Jafar? No, her father. No, her father is there, and they get married, and then I think they open the gifts and they like return half of them
okay, interesting. So
to Macy's.
also like so Robin,
Jafar doesn't die though because Jafar comes back in the second one, I think.
no,
But there's a big battle.
you don't remember what happens to Jafar then, because this has happened in both. So
And is Jafar supposed to be kind of gay?
I don't know.
Because he's kind of effeminate. There really is a lot of connections here because in Lion King, Scar in the original Disney was kind of like a little. You know who else a bad guy who was also a little effeminate? The bad guy in Hercules. What was his name?
Oh, I don't.
Played
remember.
by. Sorry, keep going. So they did. What were you saying? I keep interrupting you.
No, you're fine.
Someone commented on YouTube.
That you interrupt too much.
Yeah, they said, interviewer, please let the guest speak.
Oh,
And it was an episode with Jared, which that makes sense. I mean,
yeah. Who wants to listen to Jared?
I love
Sorry,
him.
Jared.
Hercules. So what were you saying?
No, so I don't even really know, but no, I just thought that I thought that people didn't like Will Smith in Aladdin, but I thought he
Did a good job?
I thought he crushed it. I would honestly say he held the movie together.
Really?
That and the Jasmine character, she was phenomenal. I don't know her name.
Hades.
Hades. I don't
Hades.
remember. But they I mean, they did a phenomenal job. The actor that did Aladdin, I thought he was just generic. They could have done anybody.
Yeah.
But no, they did a really good job with the whole thing. I don't know. I really, really enjoyed all of it.
It's a feel-good movie.
The only Jasmine had like her own song at one moment that I think was new.
I'm seeing red brake lights. Sorry, I was just seeing red.
Oh.
I don't know. I was like, is Nick here maybe? I don't know.
Maybe someone
He comes in, we'll have to
my
get him a
rental
mic.
car. But
Wait, what didn't you like?
So Jasmine had like her own song, which was new, I'm pretty sure. The problem was it had like a pop vibe. And that's what made it that's what put me off so much. It was like, okay, I don't want to listen to like a pop Disney. I mean, maybe
It really takes you out of the Middle East.
did someone just come in?
No, I think I digested some food.
No.
No one's here. Hey, Nick's here. All right, let's pause the show.
Yeah.
We got to get Nick in here.
I'm so excited.
Why not? 5 minutes. No. Yeah. See? It says right there. No, it's 23 hours. Do you want to come on? No.
I got here super late.
Do you want us to be done by now? Fuck you. Edit that out.
Nick doesn't want to do the podcast.
Why don't you want to do the podcast, Nick?
Mm.
Okay, then
Nick wants food.
go get food and then come back.
And then we'll be done.
And then you can come on the podcast. So you'll get us some beers?
We can pause. We can pause. And
Do you
want
wanna
to
pause, Nick?
I don't care. It's up to you. You can also use this for
What do you want to do, Nick?
a mini episode where we cut it short.
No.
It's up to you.
I want Nick on the show. Nick, go get food when you come back. We'll be ready for you to be on the show. Okay. So what'd you come over to do? What'd you come over expecting? You thought you'd be done. Damn it. All right, man. Well. Okay. Well, I love you.
You're gonna have to edit this out, so I'll make a little break here. But does Nick want to get high?
Does Nick want to get high? You're like turning down all the alcohol. And the one thing you're like, let's just get high. No, Chris has been, the last 2 nights has been like, no alcohol. Well, man, I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
No, I'm okay.
If you do get beer, I'll get a beer. I'll pay you back for beer. Okay.
I hope the squinty eyes that we have to do to see through the blinding lights.
Should we start with a prayer again? What?
Wait, how does the prayer actually go in the beginning? It is just
I'll show
like
you.
silent time and then.
Wait, what prayer? How does the prayer at the beginning of
Yeah,
what?
yeah. The beginning. You don't say anything out loud. It's just silence.
This is the first time we've done it. We started that tradition tonight because we believe in the power of prayer.
Amen.
Actually, I was just thinking that maybe we would let the listener pray during that pause, and then we would just try to listen for it.
I want to make jokes, but then I feel inappropriate.
Dude, anything goes on this podcast, except for what Matt Cranley talked about. Just kidding. The Patreon subscribers can hear that. So you liked Aladdin.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I'm excited now to watch Lion King.
It was not good. It was awful. I thought it was awful. Well, okay.
It's gotten horrible reviews.
It was worse than
It didn't
awful.
get horrible reviews.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It got mediocre.
Yeah, that's the
reviews.
thing. It was worse than awful because it just was.
But don't you think?
It just was mediocre.
Okay, but don't you think the expectations were like impossible?
No. The problem was they made all the animals super realistic. So all the animals, like
all the like facial character.
Here was the
feelings.
acting the whole time. Every animal's face was just like, meow. So all the expression of Timon and Pumbaa, every single scene, you're just like, I'm watching a nature documentary and I'm hearing Lion King playing in the background.
So this is the interesting thing. Like anytime somebody takes it to like CGI, I love the dichotomy. It's either you failed bad or you killed it.
Well, it looked really, really real.
This should be a game. Like killed it or made it.
Yeah.
We'll have to work on that name.
Killed it or made it.
Killed it or made it. Right? Wait, no. That's both good things. I need like bad it. Killed it or
sucked it. Like it sucked.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. We'll just go with that. So, okay, killed it or sucked it?
No. When you said it, it sounded bad. The way you said it didn't sound good. Because I'm innocent and pure. No.
Okay, whatever.
It's because they were so realistic.
No. But think about all the movies where it's like, yeah, okay, even if it is realistic. Right?
Avatar looked very realistic. I never saw it, but it looked very realistic.
You never saw. I love this. This is like one of those things. Like, ready? Stephen Colbert
Seen him.
has never seen Shawshank Redemption.
Ooh. Yeah.
No.
How do you not see that?
Unbelievable.
That's on
it's
TV.
Yeah.
It's on TV like 3 times a day.
I mean, he doesn't watch a lot of TV. I'm going to guess he doesn't watch a lot of TV, that he is a reader. I saw a video of like him. He was at his house and he was in this like, he was in like a library room, which was full of books.
I could see that.
And
He's
so
a
that's
huge,
why I assume he's a reader.
he's a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
Yes.
Like,
he's like,
nerd.
yeah, he knows it.
Nerd.
So same with James Franco.
Really?
Yeah, you should go back and watch their like quiz. You quiz me, I quiz you.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. It's really good. It's really good.
That's
Although James Franco one time tried to like he asked Stephen Colbert. This is one of the clips, but whatever. He asked Stephen Colbert like a question he thought was hard, and Stephen Colbert was like, "Oh," and then he just answered it. And then he answered it like
more
million different ways. And so he only
asked
asked what's one of the 7 of these things.
and he like
And
answered.
Stephen Colbert was like, how
There's
about
8 of them.
here's all of them. And
Yeah.
also here's their mothers. And it was
gosh.
like, what? Dude, get a life. Oh, wait, you have one, a really great one. Damn.
Dang.
Wait, what were you, why did I get lost? Oh yeah, killed it or made it. Okay, so good CGI. Killed it or made it. I think that's it, even though they're both positive things.
The thing is, Avatar looked very realistic, but there was expressions. The thing was, it looked so realistic.
Yeah.
If you would have just, like, if you pulled up that movie and just listened to the audio while you watched Planet Earth, it was, you would lose nothing from the movie.
Okay, gotcha.
Because that's what it was just like.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching a lion walk through a field, and then all this narration is going on, but there was just hardly any even mouth movement.
No, obviously, the real reason why you feel this way
It's because Jasmine wasn't in it?
Nope.
Why?
Not Jasmine.
What?
It's because of
Lala?
the God that needs to come back to all the movies that were in our childhood.
The God?
I mean, he's not, but he's
Robin
just-
Williams?
No, but although, I mean, very good.
The
But
God?
yeah,
What do you mean?
dude, he's so many movies.
The God
You're
in
gonna get
all
it.
of the movies?
You're going to get it.
In all of the Disney movies?
He's in specifically The Lion King. Leading role,
Simba?
which is
Macaulay Culkin.
no,
Who? What?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh,
JTT.
what a set of hair he has.
Dude,
He's got a head of hair.
we watched.
When he was at, what does he look like now? What's his mom look like? Pull up LinkedIn.
Okay, so
Jonathan.
so get this. Okay,
Taylor.
yeah, JTT. Just search.
What happened to him?
he's
Is he
right
still
there.
alive?
Yeah, he's just.
Didn't he die at
No,
24?
he's just
like,
doing his chilling. He's
oh my
doing
gosh, he
his
looks
chilling thing.
exactly the same.
No, I think this is like where you Google something and it's that's what
Oh,
he. That's like
wow, he looks
that's even from years ago, I
exactly the
think.
same. No, this is him older.
No. Look. There's another one of
This
him being
one?
a chubby monkey. No. He looks.
Listen to you body shaming him.
Yeah.
His eyes got bigger.
Hey,
his,
chubby monkeys are.
his
okay.
his eyelid, he must have gotten that Korean eyelid lift because you can see more of his eyes now. But he looks exactly he aged well.
Yeah, I wonder how recent any of these are. A lot of these are not Jonathan Taylor Thomas, but
Man.
But dude, no. Okay, dude, he was in so much stuff when we were
Well,
growing
because
up.
he could play both sides, you know?
Dude.
He could play a little boy role or a little girl role, and that probably opened up a lot of roles for him.
Dude, shout out to like an enormous podcast that you really channeled Theo Von there. I just like I felt the Theo Von just dripping
Don't
out
say
of
that.
You. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Don't say
No,
that.
totally.
I'm tired.
It was very good. That was very good.
tired.
No, that was very good.
No, I'm just tired.
No, that was really good. It was
Dude,
like
it's
he
so-
could, yeah, he could play a little boy role or a little girl role.
But see,
He's he's
but I
good
think
at
this
that.
could be why Stephen Colbert doesn't watch TV because, like,
Wait,
I
I love how we're just running with that. I have no idea.
Well, I've found myself not wanting to listen to like people trying to be funny because I'm always afraid that I'm channeling someone
No,
and
but
not
that's
just
how.
being
But
myself.
but you can't say that because that. I mean, okay.
I listen to so many podcasts that I'm afraid that as I'm podcasting,
You
like,
will though. You can't help it. That's what I mean. That's honestly music. Like all these people who are creating music, they're like, oh, my influences are.
Yeah.
Well, chances are, if you really cut down their music and looked at it, you go, oh, well, that riff there is
Yeah, that's
really
true.
from this song. You can't help it. There's no way you're going to be able to avoid it.
Yeah.
No, but okay, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize the impact he had on my childhood. Like,
Did you have mixed feelings when you were confusing? Did you have confusing feelings when you were? Okay, what do you mean?
Okay,
Like you wanted
okay.
to be like him?
Yeah, totally.
So did I.
Totally. He was like the model of what you
Yeah.
wanted to be as a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Tool Time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He was, which it's not called Tool Time. Was it called Tool Time? No, that was the show that,
No, I think it was Full House.
that was bad. It was a bad mix up. That was
Home Improvement.
that was an old Greg mix up right there.
I'm old Greg. I'm old Greg.
Okay, ready? Fun fact. Okay, I know you don't watch a lot of Great British Bake Off, but
By saying I don't watch a lot of it, you mean I've never seen it.
okay, darn, because guess what?
Darn.
Guess what?
Shucky darn.
Old Greg
Is
is
in
one of the hosts
what?
of Great British Bake Off.
No way. He's still like a thing?
Yeah. He's
Is he like a British thing?
Yeah. Go to images.
But he's still I know, but he's
go to images.
I didn't realize that he was still
That's okay. So the
what a weird
guy with the black hair.
this?
Yeah, that guy on the left.
Oh
He's one of the
my
hosts on Great British Bake Off, and he's
Oh,
old
so
Greg.
he's not dressed up as old Greg.
No.
He's just being himself.
Yeah, so the old Greg was part of like a comedy show
Okay.
in Great Britain, and he was like part of the comedy show.
It's attached to your rod, mother licker. So disturbing. I don't even want to link to it.
I showed Courtney. Courtney had never seen it, and
It is so disturbing.
Courtney couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
I'm laughing my ass off, and Courtney's just
It
like,
is so disturbing.
I can't watch this.
And I hadn't seen it in like, I mean,
I love
probably 10 years.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And then I was watching something random, and someone said, it was something like, it was like a legit movie or something, and someone said, "This is as close as you can get without getting your eye wet," or something. And I was like, weird. Oh, he's like, what does he say? He's like, "This is as close as you can get to green without getting your eyes wet," or something. Or,
Oh, I don't even know that.
I forget.
Quote. All I
Anyways.
remember the ones is like, "I love you. I want to hurt you." They're really, I mean, they're gold.
It's so
They are
weird.
Gold.
And it's weirder because when we came across this, you have zero like backstory about like, what is this show about? Is this a part of a show? Is this the whole show?
Yeah, it's like a skit, but it's a skit comedy show. It's fantastic. Oh, are you gonna play it?
Yeah.
Is it gonna play through?
Oh,
Hey, look.
poop. So this is a advertisement for a mattress that you can buy online. And so
A very heavy mattress.
So now you don't have to-
You'll be able to guess which one.
now you don't have to go to a mattress store. They'll just ship it to you in the mail.
Yeah, we don't have this one. We have a different one.
Okay.
Papa Moon. That's it. Come on.
So a guy's fishing on a lake.
It's long. This is 6 minutes long.
Well, we won't watch the whole thing. But is this like a British version of Mad TV?
Yeah.
Is this like a skit
yeah.
from...
I forgot what it was called.
So Matthew McConaughey is fishing on a lake,
No, not Matthew McConaughey.
and then...
But then how come this hook's in my head, fool?
Wait here. So this guy appears
To meet you.
in the boat, and he looks like Swamp
Who are you?
Thing.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
What do you want?
Maybe I should ask you the same question. What you doing in my waters?
Just taking the air, you know. Not fishing.
But then how come this hook's in my head, fool?
It's nothing to do with me, sir.
It's attached to your rod, mother liquor.
Don't kill me. I've got so much to give.
Easy now, fuzzy little man Peach. You ever drunk Bailey's from a shoe?
What?
You wanna come to a club where people wee on each other?
You ever drank Bailey's from a shoe? And then later in the skit, he's like, "This is Bailey's. this is a painting of Bailey's.
Yeah.
This is a painting of Bailey's. Or this is as close as you can get to Bailey's without getting your eye wet.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
No.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Excuse me.
I like you. What do you think of me?
I don't rightly know, sir.
Make an assessment.
I think you're a nice, modern gentleman.
Don't lie to me, boy.
I'm not lying.
I know what you're thinking. Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish. You don't know me. You don't know what I got. I got something to show you. You know what that is? I saw old Greg's vagina.
Oh gosh. Okay. Right. Forgot about all that.
Oh, yeah, you
I forgot about all of that.
Oh, I was
all right, guys,
excited
don't
about
watch
that one.
this. It's weird. Don't
please,
watch that. We're not
please.
going to link to
Also,
that. Just think
Jonathan
about
Taylor
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yo, why isn't John? Yo, you should make one of these pictures your desktop background.
I was just
See
thinking.
how many people
No, I was
comment on
just thinking we should just make it mine and don't just never mention it.
Nope.
Just
it. Also, wait, can you also make one of these the
cover for the show?
For the
Okay.
show. Yeah. So okay, look, his impact on my life. Let me talk about this. Let me break this down.
Say it.
Beyond I did not know he was wearing a flannel vest and overalls.
Yeah, man, that was this.
Dude, he was Dennis the Menace.
Dude,
he was
no,
actually
but
Dennis.
he was a cool Dennis the Menace.
He was, but either way,
You felt like he really has
okay,
it all together.
But get this. He was in so
he was
Courtney
in everything. He was
Yes.
in every movie in the 90s.
He was in everything, so much so that so Courtney listens to How Did This Get Made, which is the podcast about like how did bad movies get made.
Mm-hmm.
And we listened to we actually went to one of the live tapings, and one of them was like this Adventures of Pinocchio.
Huh.
And he did the voice in it, and then like in the last 2 minutes of this whole movie, he becomes a real boy, and you have like 2 minutes of Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh, like that Pikachu movie, Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, you should watch.
Should we watch
this
right now?
weird Pinocchio movie. No.
Okay.
Although it's the best Jonathan Taylor Thomas reveal that I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
If there are a lot of Jonathan Taylor
Can you
Thomas
imagine?
reveals.
Can you imagine kids just freaking out, like they didn't know they were going to see some JT, and then at the end of the movie, it's like, like, can you imagine them just freaking out?
This movie is weird and almost not okay for children to watch. Also, could
Pinocchio
bring nightmares.
It's
Yes,
just called
it's called The
Pinocchio?
Adventures of Pinocchio. It was a terrifying movie. But anyway, so Jonathan Taylor Thomas is in it, and at the end, dude, this whole movie is like terrible movie.
Pinocchio, yeah.
Pinocchio, terrible movie. At the end though, when it's like JTT doing his acting, he's just a badass. He's just got so much swagger. It's shocking. It's incredible. You watch it and you're just like,
Wow.
oh my gosh.
How old was he in that movie?
This kid, he's like,
Teenage JT or
he's like, oh, JT.
Can you imagine you go to Thanksgiving and Jonathan Taylor Thomas is your uncle? You know how weird that would be?
I don't know if people know. Like, I think.
No, I'm just saying, can you imagine if like
Wait, how old is Jonathan?
he's like your
How
old
is he?
uncle? Alexa, how old is Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
I feel like your kids are all awake now.
He's 38.
38?
It's freaking old.
Son.
That's like half dead.
Oh. Yo, dude, the spiky hair. Dude, look at this guy. He was the
Look at him.
perfect. He was this is what you wanted to be as
Yeah.
a child
Yeah.
and as a teenager.
And he just had this coolness about him.
Yeah.
That you're like, why don't I have this?
Yeah.
Why can't I have this?
He had spiky hair. He had long hair.
Yeah,
like
he
it
had it
doesn't.
all.
It doesn't matter.
He always had this like calm, cool, kind of like.
Dude, I'm gonna watch some Home Improvement. I haven't watched Home Improvement in so long. I'm gonna watch it.
Kind of
and
had
see
like
how
a
bad
little
it
bit
is.
of a. He was trying to go with like a little bit of a Marlon Brando kind of like
I honestly don't know Marlon Brando at all. To even
from The Godfather.
I mean, yeah, but that's so lost on me. I mean, okay, I've seen The Godfather.
Well, you
but
can see it though, right? See, you can kind of see
I can hear it.
what he was going for.
I can hear
What
it
the hell?
from
Why
a-
is it? Anyway, some of these images that are coming up.
Dude, Google image search is where it's
This is
at.
gonna be the.
Oh,
This is gonna be
please.
the cover art.
Oh, please.
Guys, you guys are gonna go check out the cover art. It's amazing. We'll put a link to it somehow.
Oh gosh.
Open image in new tab, and then
Yeah, I got a man
now-
crush on JTT.
Hey, now it's in show links. Boom.
I straight up. Wait, that's
JTT.
Yo, did you
with
read that?
No, what did it say?
There's a JTT calendar.
Oh,
This
gosh.
is from a JTT calendar. I feel like
crap. I accidentally closed everything.
Oh,
Dang it. All the links.
wait, the podcast keeps podcasting, right? We have to start over.
Reopen last.
Dude, remember? Dude, let's reminisce.
About what?
Remember when we would like record hours long conversation and lose?
Yeah. Wait, so there's a Jonathan Taylor Thomas
Okay, this
calendar.
is actually feeling like it's crossing a line for me.
Why? What, having a calendar? Crossing what line for you?
Just think.
Whoa.
Just
What?
think. Just think.
What? What?
Just listen. Just
What?
listen. Think of
What
how
line are we crossing?
many- Okay, so I'm being cutesy fanboy JTT.
Oh, and then
we get into JTT
okay, gotcha.
calendar mode,
Okay,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay.
okay, wait, hang on,
Who was buying this
yeah,
calendar?
like this would be like, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. What? This is not okay. I feel like,
Well,
but
but I bet a lot of little girls were buying this. Like, he's so dreamy. You know what I mean?
bro, look at these photos. Of
Yeah,
him.
it seems creepy now. Can you imagine though being this age and having a calendar made of you and knowing that like
Yo, he had it. Okay,
but he seems pretty. I mean, in the photos, he seems
don't
pretty
know,
well adjusted,
right?
But you
Like
don't
he
know.
could be skinning people alive in a basement. But
I mean, look at this photo of him with a little puppy. I'm sure he is skinning people alive in a basement. Sorry. Okay. What?
you have to think when they took this photo of him in an empty frame holding it with a dog with a bandana
It's like,
and
well,
he's smiling. Do you think in his child brain he was thinking the world is hell? I am in Dante's Inferno right now.
I'm just wondering how many like husbands going through a divorce or something.
Found a JTT calendar.
Yeah, because it's just like custody issues and they don't have pictures of their kid and they're like, they think of their own kid or something.
You think that's what happens?
I don't know. This is getting dark, man. I gotta
Yeah.
come. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that calendar, I told you, it crossed the line for me.
Can you imagine though being that age and then being like, hey, we want to make a calendar. We want to take photos of you. And like little kids, people want to take photos of them. But then it's like not just for your family, like for everyone in the world that wants a calendar of you.
So
and like that doesn't go to your head.
Honestly, this is what was weird about the 90s. The 90s were maybe this was in the 90s, probably. It was like early 90s. But like,
1997.
there you go. So the 90s were like this weird time when it was like, we're fans of people
Yeah.
and I don't care how old you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he, in this weird way, was sort of like sheltered from the fact. But I mean, it's the same thing with Michael Jackson, I'm sure, when he was like a little kid going through it. And yeah, things didn't turn out so well there.
yeah.
I mean, who knows about Jonathan Taylor Thomas, but I'm still a fan until I find out the bad things.
Gosh,
until I find
man.
out the bad news.
Ugh.
JTT. Still great for me.
He's still alive.
Not buying that calendar.
Alexa, is Jonathan Taylor Thomas dead? Oh, thank goodness. He's still alive.
I don't like Alexa.
Why? Why? Well, because you have Google.
I'm a Google fanboy.
Yeah. Well, because you work.
sure.
You kind of work for Google.
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
I mean, I work for a company that is
That's
built on top of
Yeah,
Google.
yeah.
So, like, without Google, our company wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a Google fanboy in that respect, but also, I don't know. I think Google is more faceless than
Yeah.
Amazon, and Jeff Bezos just rubs me the wrong way. He was like, I'm a nerd and it's okay, to now I'm jacked Bezos with a shaved head and I'm angry Bezos.
But he's got like billions of dollars. Like,
Here's how I think about it.
okay.
Jeff Bezos is Vegeta and Google is Goku. That's my world.
Okay.
Because Google, like Goku,
Like Google's like an innocent father.
yeah, but it's also got like Gohan. It's the family.
Yeah.
Right? You have,
Vegeta's
like,
just, he wants to
Vegeta-
destroy everything, but then he falls in love.
Yeah. I don't know who Bulma is. Bulma's Alexa, I guess.
Well, if Amazon's Vegeta, if Jeff Bezos is Vegeta,
Yeah.
then Bulma would be, who did Amazon fall in love with?
Oh, I don't know. Itself.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't. My brain's burned.
I mean, this is not a very.
That's a good bit, though. That's a great bit.
Not a strong analogy here.
That bit would have been really strong like 10 years ago.
That's strong today.
Not everyone knows about DBZ. Not everyone knows about it.
But our generation knows about DBZ. I'm so sorry. If you don't know about DBZ, try to watch it.
Or Dragon Ball
Or Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I'm not even as big of a fanboy as some of my coworkers. Some of my coworkers have seen everything. And there's the DBZ Super now, which is okay. But then you realize very quickly that the show has to like constantly one up itself.
Yeah.
And they're now at this point where they're like Super Saiyan God. And it's like, all right, well, how are we gonna get past this one?
Yeah, and in each kind of season, they had to visualize people moving superhumanly fast. So they would come up with new ways to show like, well, this is even faster than what we showed you before. Yeah. So the first one, it's like blurred hands. Then it's like you don't even see anything. Then it's like you don't see things move at all. It's just like flash, And then it just got to the point where it's like, how do we show something stronger or faster than that?
My favorite is like the scenes where it's just like pop, pop,
yeah,
pop,
yeah,
pop, pop.
Yeah.
And there's just like these little pop marks all over, and then just like the world crumbles afterwards.
Yeah, and pretty soon it's just a black screen for a while, and then it comes back. It's like they fought.
Somebody did it. Yay, Goku wins.
Yeah.
Somebody did a supercut, but they redubbed it, and they added like cursing.
Well, no, the original one had cursing.
Okay, so somebody just redubbed it and did a supercut.
Huh.
And it's fantastic.
Because the original Japanese was like pretty risque.
Dude, freaking
and like there's some
Master Roshi is like no.
Yeah.
No, not
You wouldn't let him babysit your kids.
No, you wouldn't let him near any human being.
Yeah. Don't let him near your mom. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, it was really weird. And like finding that out as a high school or a middle schooler or a high schooler.
Oh, I was older when I found that out.
Yeah.
I was sheltered for a while. You found it out and you were like,
well, no, I
love Master Roshi.
No, I was like, it was probably when I was starting to get online, then I'm like searching for Dragon Ball Z stuff, and then I'm like, oh wait, this is like things I haven't seen before.
I love our generation is a generation that like back when I was like starting to get online.
Yeah.
But it was like starting to get online was still like
Yeah.
dial up, AOL, IM.
Because when search engines, like I remember when we first came across search engines.
I was an Alta Vista guy.
Ask Jeeves, that's what I was.
That was yours?
Yeah. And we had Netscape as our internet server.
Netscape.
Yeah. But I remember like we didn't think about, it was so novel that we couldn't even think of what to search.
Yeah.
It was just like, you just wouldn't even think to search things because you just weren't used to it.
Yeah, you didn't know
and
it.
you'd have the bar and you'd be like, you'd stare at it for a while and be like, what are we going to, what kind of things can we search? Like, and now you kind of know how to use it. You just go, Jonathan Taylor Thomas age. But back then you would have typed out, how old is Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Ask Jeeves.
On November 6th, 2019, how old is Jonathan? Like you would have typed out the whole thing.
Yeah, and then it would have come back with, are you looking for
dirty?
Are you looking for
dirty Jonathan? Like it would have come up with something like just incomprehensible because there was only three search results.
Yeah, like that's what I remember because I was into Alta Vista because every time I did search on Alta Vista, I got results that I liked, and I hated Google, but everybody started going Google. And that's when I realized,
dude,
that
I remember
would
before
never
Google.
be a good investor.
But I remember before Google, it was just Ask Jeeves, and then there was Yahoo. But Ask Jeeves was the first one.
Ask Jeeves, Dogpile, Alta Vista.
Oh, and that's the other thing. With Ask Jeeves, to the point that I was saying, with Ask Jeeves, you always put everything in the form of a question.
Yeah, you actually used a question.
Yeah.
It told you to use a question.
Yeah. You wouldn't just type in Detroit because there was no Wikipedia. There was no...
Yeah, there was nothing.
There was no Detroit.com. There was nothing. So
Wikipedia was starting, I think, back then. The founder... Or not the founder. Yeah, the founder went to my high school.
Really?
Fun fact.
What's his name?
Shout out Randolph High School in Huntsville, Alabama.
Randall? Oh,
Randolph.
what's the guy's name that
No
started
idea.
it?
No clue. No clue. But he's on our senior picture walls.
Huh.
Oh.
Is his face like circled?
No, they don't let us touch them.
His
It's actually gilded in gold.
His face is circled and it says, if everyone using Wikipedia would donate just 50 cents, we would be able
Hey,
to fully...
I still couldn't.
Do you donate?
I still couldn't use.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Neither
I
do
don't.
I.
I reject
Someone
all
does.
donations. Thanks. Except for Courtney
unfortunate.
donates to the ASPCA, animal stuff.
ASPCA?
I think that's what it is.
I think that's like a racial thing.
And no.
ASPCA. Oh, there you go. ASPCA. Oh, look at that sad puppy.
Yeah, this is like ASPCA. I think is the one that's put on like the.
So she donates.
In the arms of an angel. And it's just like sad animals all over the world, and you just go, humans are terrible beings.
You're like, why are we letting all these animals
Put
go?
down the humans.
Oh, you know what I love is those PSAs where it will say like, if you're cold, they're cold too, and then it'll show a picture, and then it'll show a picture of an animal, and then it'll say bring them inside. But then someone took the meme and then started showing pictures of like wild animals, like raccoons. It's like if you're cold, they're cold too. Bring them inside. And it's like
Sadly,
possum. It's
sadly,
like, yeah.
there's some kooky
Yeah.
person out there that
it's
was like, "Come in, possums. I'll feed you.
Come here, coon.
and then eat
Or
you."
can you say that? I don't know if you can say that. Come
I
here,
think
raccoon.
I think it was a racial slur.
Oh, well.
I don't know if it's.
I can't
still,
keep up
but it's-
anymore. You know.
No, you can't say that. Like, I was thinking about
Can't
this
keep up.
recently. It's not like a keep up thing, though, right?
Kind of is.
No. So
Because
here's why.
it feels like every now and then we discover the history of certain words that we just didn't know before, you know?
Okay, I understand why you're saying keep up, but I think the important thing to note is that often when you say like I can't keep up anymore, it makes it seem like things should stop. But things will never actually stop, because
Yeah.
it's like it's the same thing. One, you learn about the history behind words and
Yeah,
why
yeah.
it was used. So that's a big thing. But then two, people just don't want to be called the same thing all the time.
Like they should come up with more interesting things.
No, like, yeah, like I think it's just like it's like if someone was like, "Hey, could you call me this?" Like if someone was like, "Okay, I've been going by
Him.
I went by
I've been
Chris,
going by him.
but I went by Chris my whole from growing up all the way through high school, and then I got to college, and I was like, "Okay, I'm going to introduce myself as Christian."
Yeah.
And-
really changed the game.
Yeah,
I'm
and
really.
everyone hated me for it. Actually, some people really did not like it.
My sister did this in 6th grade. She's like, I want to go by Jess. She was Jessica.
Yeah.
And only my dad obeyed that request. Everyone
so
else was
funny.
like, get over it, you snowflake.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, wait, there's some like respect to just
Yeah.
being like, "Hey, could you call me this?" And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like if you're just like your name's Edmund, and you're like, "Yeah, you can call me Edmund." And I was like, "Okay, Ed."
Yeah.
And it's like, "What? No, call me Edmund." And
Yeah.
you're just like, "Oh, yeah, Ed." There's a guy at this customer that I work with
Yeah.
who does it as a passive aggressive thing because he doesn't like this other guy at the same site. So
Oh, yeah. That
so they
happens
work
That
together.
happens all the time. That's like a very Fox News Republican thing to do.
I was like, just like
Yeah.
kind of dig.
Yeah.
It feels like there's just like
Like
digging in this.
BO, referring to Barack Obama as BO. I know people that do that. And then people will do it for Pope Francis. They'll call him they'll call him by his priest name instead of Pope Francis.
Oh,
They'll
interesting.
Yeah, some like conservatives, instead of saying Pope Francis, they'll go Bergoglio or Bergo
Wait, like conservative.
instead of saying like not even saying Father Bergolo.
Wait, this is like conservative Catholics.
This is
there
like
a rift?
radical. This is like radical.
Yeah, that's the.
Fox News conservative, like that are like not my Pope. It's kind of like that kind of thing.
I love, dude.
Because he's too liberal, man.
I love that.
Dude, he's really shaking and moving. He's really changing things up. He's telling us to kneel when we should sit and sit when we should kneel. It's crazy, man. It's wild. I don't know how we're gonna make it. Honestly,
I don't know.
I think this is the end.
When are we gonna get to the point where we get really pissy about
What was that scream?
Nick's here.
He's screaming?
No, he's watching videos, I think,
Oh, gosh.
of screaming babies.
Nick, don't watch that ISIS crap on my TV.
I can't see him. Or your child's are screaming.
Yeah, but people will like say, oh, Bagurgil.
Wait, no, but what things are we immovable on? What things are we sticks in the mud on?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, you and me. Like, what things are we like poo-poo pants on?
Don't call me ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Don't talk to me as if I'm already awake. Danielle will do that. She'll just she will get very close to my face and just go,
Yeah.
you're being too loud. Stop snoring. And I will wake up all I'll wake up and hear is stop snoring.
Oh, really? Courtney is just like, Courtney's a hitter. She'll just, Courtney, not like hard, but like she's just like, like moves me. Or one night, I don't think she realized it, but I think she was like also half asleep. And she often sleeps on her side. She just reached over and put her hand
on your mouth.
And she covered my mouth. I couldn't breathe.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
that would be so alarming. That would be so alarming.
I was terrified.
Pitch black to wake up and there's a hand over your mouth?
There's a hand over my mouth. And I was like, what is going on right now? I figured it out pretty quickly, but yeah,
I'd be so scared that I would think I'm being killed. Like defend myself or something.
I learned also that my defense mechanisms are like, I guess I'm dead.
You just went, she put her hand over your mouth and you just went, dang it.
Damn, this is the end. Killed in my sleep by snoring.
Oh man. What are we immovable on?
Yeah, like what things are we like? People don't want to change. They want to resist change. Like what things are we like? No, don't change that, please. And then we get all upset about it. Like this is a thing that I think is a little bit different generationally, or we're just not old enough yet to be I'm not going to change, you know?
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we all have things. Yeah.
Well, what things? Like I can't think of the things. I mean, there's probably like idiosyncrasies.
Well, you don't like Facebook. You don't like commenting on Facebook.
No, that's a good one.
You don't like using social media.
No, I resist it entirely. Weird. I really don't like it at all. I think... So actually the reason why I don't like it is it all goes down to privacy. Not privacy in the sense that I'm like afraid my data is going to be used against me, but privacy in the sense of like what privacy used to be, which was like being alone.
Yeah.
Like I just want to be alone. And when you're so connected, like just the fact that I can receive a text and the social obligation is you have to respond to this.
Yeah.
Like I got a text from
but you were very
seen in a long time.
But you're very sensitive to. We were just talking about this before the podcast that you're very sensitive to what the social pressure is in the moment.
You know what I was thinking on my drive down here or over here?
What?
I was thinking disappointment is my greatest fear.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a father issue? Do you think that's a deep issue?
I can't. That's daddy issue.
Sounds like Mr. Weil.
Yeah. It just. I mean. Okay,
I can relate to that though.
Certainly there are pieces of that, obviously.
Yeah.
My dad rocked my world recently, and I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't figured it out yet.
Did he
just called me out on my whole like I want to be successul thing, and I was sort of.
He said I became disappointed in you a long time ago. He's like, there's no hope.
That would feel really weird.
Yeah, that would crush.
You know, no, I don't know. It'd be liberating in a way too. I'd be like, okay, I don't like my dad.
I don't know though. I don't know if I could do that.
I know some people just disassociate yourself. I don't know if I could myself really well
from your own father though. I don't know if I could. I don't know if you could. Really, like you could just be like, well, now
I'm so sorry, family, but like my sister and I are not close. I mean, like we try, but we are so different.
I know, but I'm saying like there's something about father son, like that's a weird, hard thing to just.
No, I don't know. I mean, like my dad and I respect each other and love each other a lot. Yeah. And I wouldn't say we have like the most, it's more of a business vibe.
Yeah.
You know, but obviously there's a lot of caring about each other.
Yeah.
My dad's a worrier. Mm-hmm. He worries about me all the time. And I mean, I think he understands. This is how he rocked my world recently. It was like, we were talking about like lower income workers and like the jobs that people have to do that suck, or
Yeah.
they don't really suck, like, to be fair, but
Dirty jobs.
the dirty jobs, like, yeah, the micro stuff. I mean, honestly, plant workers, I worked in a plant for a while, and people don't, I always got the feeling that nobody liked that. And it was like, when you found someone that was like happy with what they were doing, it was like, you are an angel.
Yeah. Or you're on
I
heroin.
need to protect you.
Or you're on heroin.
Yeah, or heroin.
Yeah.
A lot of heroin.
Yep.
But we were sort of arguing. I was like, we need to turn the economy needs to shift itself to be like, okay, you know what? We need to start valuing jobs that no one wants to do.
Yeah.
And pay more, because it's like
Trade work.
the world sort of looks at this as like, hey, like, people want cushy desk jobs, but you're grinding it out every day.
Yeah.
Like, we should pay you more because you're just doing a job that a lot of people find like unenjoyable.
Yeah.
And even if you love it, great, fantastic. But so, like, instead of, because our economy is very focused on skills. What skills do you have? And like, we highlight certain skills. And so I started to sort of think like, maybe a skill-based economy is not necessarily always the best. There's a million. I'm not an economist.
So what'd your
there's
dad say?
So I was just sort of saying, like, people just aren't happy in stuff like that. It's like, people want to be successful. People want a lot of money. Like, people are disappointed. And my dad was just like, maybe that's just you're disappointed. I was like, whoa, not ready for a truth bomb on like.
But you can imagine though that there are people that feel fulfilled in a job that's not.
I met a million people at the plant. So
Yeah.
where I would say the overall feeling was more negative than positive,
yeah.
right? And so I just like, the other thing is you also, when you pay a job less, you also start to get people with like the worst attitudes, and like, I don't know, there's like, to me, like, paying more for a job, you have to incentivize people. There's a shortage of truck drivers.
Yeah.
Like, you would think there's a lot of people without jobs. Okay, we can have more truck drivers, but people don't want to drive a truck across country.
Well, see, I heard that that's one of the biggest jobs in America is truck drivers, and it's mainly men truck drivers.
It could be, but there's a shortage.
Really?
So even if it's like the most, but there was or at least, we had a hard time hiring.
Well, I've heard that like the idea is that this is going to be the biggest
truck driver shortage. Bloomberg.
I've heard that this is the biggest thing that they're worried about, jobs being taken away. That if we get self-driving, or that if we figure out a different way to transport this stuff, that this will be this is a huge amount of people.
It's funny,
like with the
but
number
it's
of truck.
also a shortage.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, yeah, it's true, but we also have a shortage.
Yeah. Number of truck drivers, 3.5 million truck drivers in America. That's crazy. Population of the U.S. is 35 million. Oh, 327 million.
So 10%.
That's crazy.
Is that less than 10 or 1%?
Yeah.
1%.
By comparison, how many teachers in the USA?
Ooh, good luck.
0.5 million private school teachers, 3.2 million public school teachers. So it's about the same. Was it 3.2 for both?
This is a fun, like, someone needs to do a good breakdown of just like jobs.
3.5 million truck drivers, 3.2 million public school teachers, and 0.5 million private schools. So public and private, it's like there's more public and private school teachers than there are truck drivers. But you said there's a shortage. There's a shortage of truck drivers in America.
Yeah.
Huh. Is on course to double. Dang, man, we got to start getting those drones to deliver them soda bottles.
It's weird though, like this whole thing. Anyways, but back to the like disappointment being my biggest fear. Regardless of that, like, yes, I think I'm worried about disappointing people. I'm worried about disappointing myself.
I'll tell you my biggest fear after
family. But so like even with work, that's why I end up like killing myself at work and working too much, because I'm like tonight for the first time, because I went out with a customer and
I'm listening.
I was just worried that I was disappointing in some way to the customer and potentially to the other people that were with us. And I thought to myself, I was just like, Oh my gosh, you don't care though. And it's weird how you can have this fear of disappointing, but then also really
Like you're
not.
projecting it onto them and they just don't even care.
Well, this is what's weird. It's like what I really want is not any of what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I still have this enormous fear of disappointment.
What's the opposite feeling that you like? What's the opposite of that you're longing for?
Doing what I want, probably. I don't know if this is the opposite.
Well, no, I mean, like, what's the feeling that you look for in people that shows you that they're not disappointed in you? Is it love, acceptance?
No. You get nothing. No.
Like no acknowledgement?
No, I mean it's a slow game. It's a long game.
It's just the absence of disappointment.
Yeah. Because you know when people are disappointed in you.
Yeah.
It's okay. Some people hide it, but I don't care.
But what I'm saying is, I don't feel like you're looking for attaboys. Like you're not necessarily looking for like thank yous.
It feels great.
Yeah.
And I mean, I definitely have a bit of I have the problem of like, I want to be the smartest guy in the room. I have that issue. I have that issue. I hate it. But, no, I'm not necessarily looking for compliments. Compliments, I think, boost the knowledge that it's like, I'm working my butt off to make sure people aren't disappointed. Yeah. And then when you do get that attaboy, you're like, I did it. I'm right. Everything I was doing was right. All these sacrifices I made, they were correct.
So what's your earliest memory of feeling like someone was disappointed in you?
Whoa, is this, oh no. Should I be on the couch?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a lot of school moments. Okay, so I'll talk about one that I don't talk about, but this is like one of my earliest cringe, like getting really in big trouble by the teacher.
But is this like the earliest one you can remember?
Right now, there could be earlier ones, but this is the only one I can remember right now. Kids were pulling the chairs out from kids when they would go to sit down, and it was a haha funny. Everybody was doing it.
I think I remember you telling me the story.
And I got caught doing it.
Oh,
and
the
teacher made me stand up and just like laid into me.
And what did she say? She was just disappointed? Did your dad? Because my dad
and
would
I was a good student, so it was like
it was like a big letdown.
I
Like
was like, oh my god.
Because my dad would do the thing, not like I'm real mad at you and you suck, but he would do the thing. Like my dad would do the thing where like I'm really disappointed.
No, my dad wasn't psychological in the way he would discipline. My dad was very much just like, these are the consequences of your actions. Wow. And I'm upset. And that's it. It was just like, I'm upset. It was visible.
But did you feel like your dad got disappointed when he was upset?
I mean, yeah, sure. But
or is there anyone else in your family that you felt like would be like, or that you were worried that they were disappointed in you?
No, never my family. Nothing.
Interesting.
It's none of this is really.
So it's this freaking teacher that ruined you.
Well, teacher, I mean, I have more moments than that.
But that was your earliest. How old were you?
That was my earliest. I was in, I don't know. I was probably in like third grade. I was in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So I could have been old.
Can you imagine little Chris? Let's imagine little Chris. Can you picture
Dude,
him
I
in
had
front
blonde
of you?
hair. Yeah. I have a picture of me in a lederhosen.
In third grade, you wore a lederhosen to school?
I think
that's the problem. I think that's what was going on. I think that's where a lot of this comes from.
Yeah. No, there's a picture in our house of me in a lederhosen.
Yeah.
Because I was German. You know, my mom.
No, we're going. Sorry, keep going. I just want to keep analyzing. I want to do what Dave does to me.
My mom has all the 90s mom tropes. She's collected them. And if you go to my house, my parents' house, it is a collection of like the 90s. Huh. Not like 90s style per se. My parents have sort of modernized things, but it's not, it's like, you know, I don't know. It's just like, it's this weird level of nesting that's like, you go to your parents' house and you're just like, man, you know what? What? Forgive me for this. What the fuck is all this shit?
We gotta box some of this up.
Seriously. It's just like, where? So
where was your head when you got this stuff?
So
like why?
There's some like my parents like antiquities, so there's some antiquities things. Those are really cool. Those are really interesting. But my mom redid the guest bathroom, upstairs, and she put these because she must have been at like Tuesday morning, man, and she found these pictures of these like puppies
Oh gosh.
playing with like towels.
And just
they're,
put
like,
it in a little
posed,
frame.
And there's like 3. Like it's a series.
Oh.
And it's like just adds
And she got all of them.
Yeah, and it's this cuteness to the bathroom, but I'm also just like, whoa, what is this?
But that was like the 90s was definitely
Maybe it's not 90s, maybe it's 2000s, but the 90s are all the pictures of like the ghosted, the glossy, like halo picture of me in a lederhosen with my sister, like staged photos.
You know, I've always felt this way, but then I saw something that affirmed a belief and feeling that I had. I saw something that said something to the effect in some documentary. A woman was saying that around the late 90s was like peak, like late 90s, early 2000 was like peak consumerism. Like people were buying more stuff than ever before.
Interesting.
Like the McMansion houses, the bigger house, like all the houses were like got very, very big. And it was just like filled with stuff. It was like more and more stuff. People were buying more Christmas gifts than ever in the history of
my
America.
parents love giving gifts. Oh
yeah,
my
I think
goodness.
a lot of our parents, like we're 30.
Love language.
Love what?
Love language.
Well, but just like there was like in the same way after World War II, where they have all these manufacturing plants that are making all these airplanes and tanks and all this stuff, and then after World War II, the nation has all this infrastructure, so then they just start making stuff.
All of our grandparents just started
it was
driving
like
tanks and planes.
Exactly, but it was like peak. It was like peak consumerism, like late 90s, early 2000s. Like more and more, like we could make pictures of dogs. We could make pictures of.
Yeah. This is cute. Add it to your house.
So I want to go back to 3rd grade Chris. Do you want to do this?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to go through this?
We can go through this.
I'll do what Dave does with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dave will take me back to an early memory,
Okay.
and then he'll.
Am I gonna pee myself by the end of this?
Yeah, you might. That's how you know it works.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that now. Maybe we just fast.
No,
track
but this has brought a lot of healing to me. He's done this whole
I'm ready.
exercise.
I'm
where,
ready. Okay.
Where he'll go, you know, like I'll say like, man, I just feel like I have this fear of this or this. My big thing, my biggest fear I'm realizing recently, or maybe I'm just struggling with it now, is I think I have a deep-seated fear of being insignificant.
Oh, no wonder you're doing all this shit.
Exactly. Right? Exactly.
No, but is this like one of those things where? So I had this realization recently because I'm in more moments in my life where I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
And so now I'm just like, oh, because I'm afraid of disappointment.
Yeah.
That must be a piece of this. Like, it's not the whole picture, but it's like, that's my life. Like, my life is like, okay, I don't really want to do this. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Oh. And it's like, I've grown up with this idea of like, you should sacrifice.
Yeah.
You should sacrifice for some greater good, which is money. And gaining money and earning money, so much money. Money. And I'm like, okay, I need to.
It's self-knowledge. It's good though. We all have those things.
It's a slow, because I've always had the dichotomy of like, I don't, all the things that I probably want to do and I enjoy doing don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I want to make a lot of money.
That's like most people's struggle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll say like, "What's the earliest memory you have of this?" Oh wow! So he'll be like, "What's the earliest memory?" I didn't do this with insignificance, but I did with some other feeling or something. I was just, saying some feeling. Then all of a sudden, he's like, "Well, what's the earliest memory you have of this?" Okay. And I'll go, "Oh, I don't know, probably." And so he'll say, okay, and then, so I'll just do it. So, can you imagine that Chris, or imagine Chris, like how did you feel in that moment when the teacher made you feel bad? Felt bad?
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have done what I did. I feel terrible. I mean, I don't feel terrible, but
and you felt like she was disappointed in you? Or were you disappointed, or were the kids disappointed, or?
It was like I was. Maybe I'm projecting, but I was very aware that I had made a choice to do something wrong, and I chose to do something wrong, and that was like, that sucked really bad.
Yeah. So can you imagine? So I want you to imagine.
Okay.
little Chris.
I'm there.
So you're there with him in the classroom with him.
I mean, I'm him.
Yeah, but
I have to be around.
But this is
I have to
therapy,
be
so
third-
it's got to be
third-
weird. Yeah.
third perspective?
Okay,
Okay,
so
all
so
right.
you're in the classroom.
Yep.
And where are you? Are you standing next to him at the front of the class?
No, I'm in the doorway to the class.
I thought you were gonna say something like, "I'm inside a pencil." I thought you were gonna say something super weird, like, "No, I am inside the teacher's shoe."
I'm inside his desk, peeking out. Just
Okay. So where did you say you were? At the front of the class?
doorway.
Okay, you're in the
to
doorway.
front of the class, and I'm looking over because
Because you're standing at the front of the class, and she's like chewing you out or whatever.
she was I believe she was at her desk.
Okay, and
when
she
this
told
happened.
you to come up to
I
the
was
front of
also
the class.
very close there. No. She had me just stand up at my desk.
Okay, so you stood up at your desk.
Yeah.
So I want you to imagine that then little Chris, right after that happens, that you kind of step outside the classroom, and then he comes out, and it's just you and little Chris.
I punched that little shit in the face.
Oh man, I don't know what would happen. I never thought about that. Like, what would happen if I told Dave, like, I hate that kid? I would punch him in the mouth. Anyway, so he would, so imagine like that little kid.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. So he does ask that. He does say, so imagine, you're standing outside the classroom and you like walks out. Like, how do you feel towards him?
Yeah, this is hard not to think.
It is. Yeah.
It's hard not to be like, I mean,
how would you feel like if you got sent back in time and you're watching this and it's you?
Oh,
and,
so I do have all the time
it's
to
you now.
process.
Yeah, it's you now. You're standing outside the classroom. You watch it happen, and then he walks out.
I'd say it's okay. We all make mistakes, and that's all. That's what I would say.
Well, no, I mean, like, how do you feel towards him?
How do I feel towards him?
Yeah,
I feel bad. I mean,
yeah.
I feel bad because I know how I felt. I felt bad. I mean,
Yeah.
I felt bad. I would feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Feeling bad because I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. Don't make it into a big deal, which I didn't make that into a big deal. There are other moments in my life that I made into bigger deals. Do you ever, I relive moments of my life a good bit.
Yeah.
And I get deep into them and then I cringe at the worst moment and I physically cringe.
Yeah,
I have a physical reaction to it.
So Dave says that means that you still have like this, your brain hasn't really come up with a narrative that's helped you resolve it.
No, certainly not. There's some.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are your thoughts and emotions boring you?
Yeah. I'm tired of this. Yeah, there's one that really haunts me really
Let's
bad.
go there. Let's do it. Because we've closed the door on that one
Okay,
so
so-
easily. So let's heal this
Maybe
next
that
one.
one didn't have
We're
such,
doing
that
great.
didn't have such deep pain.
Let's heal the next
The
one.
one that has really deep pain.
All right, let's
when
go
I
there.
started at Randolph, so when we moved to Huntsville,
What grade?
I started there 5th grade.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Those are important years.
I did this collage I read some book and I had to do like a collage for English. And it was like, make a arts and craftsy thing about that moment or some moment in the book,
Yeah.
as some cutesy thing. And I did it and I didn't like it, but I did like it. I didn't know how much I liked it until after what happened, which was I went outside and I'm waiting for my mom to come pick me up. I'm a new kid.
Yeah.
I have some friends at this point, but I'm a pretty new kid. And the kids in the grade above me asked me if they could destroy it.
What?
Yes. Okay, this is a weird thing.
They're
I
just like,
guess.
hey, there's your homework.
I don't
Can we-
remember exactly how it works.
Was it after you turned it in or before you turned it in?
It was after. It
Oh,
was
okay.
all done and I was taking it home.
Yeah.
And they were like, can we
Just rip it apart.
Yeah, can we just like play with it or something? And
Weird.
like ended up essentially destroying it. But there was like planes that you could throw. And I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, they went to town. They like ripped it apart.
Yeah.
And I got in the car with my mom and my sister and I just started bawling.
Oh, wow.
I just was like, and it was one of those like emotional moments where you're like, okay, I don't really want to be crying, but for some reason this
Yeah.
like really hurt me.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, because you don't.
I didn't
Well, I
know how to
don't-
process it. I
Yeah.
didn't know how to stand up to them.
Yeah.
They were older and so I was crying and my mom dug in. My mom was like, this is unacceptable. She's like, what happened?
Like you crying? Or
I mean, yeah, I was weeping.
Like she's
what
coming
happened
to-
to your thing?
like she's coming to your defense?
I was in the car and my mom's
Yeah.
like, what happened? And I told her what happened and she was like, this is not okay. I'm like, no, mom, please.
Yeah, that's the last thing
This
you
is
want.
like my reputation
Yeah.
in the school on the
Yeah,
line. No, she went.
Oh,
She
wow.
went. And every single one of the kids that messed around with it, they had to write me a letter and apologize. And each one of them had to give me the letter.
Did that traumatize you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And them. Because I went all the way through high school with them. And I went to a later on reunion.
Yeah.
And one of those kids brought it up. It was like, this shit. So he was still holding on to it.
So what? But what did he say when he brought it up? Did he like
It's
say
like,
like,
you
"Hey, I
fucking,
forgive
like-
you"?
No.
He was mad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because from
cared-
his perspective, he was like,
He got in
"Can we
trouble.
do this?" And you were like,
I
"Yes."
said yes.
And then later,
And he said, and then I reneged on it in his
Yeah.
opinion.
yeah.
And I can't explain the whole situation to him.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't be like, well, you did this. I didn't know how to react. I cried in the car. My mom didn't think it was okay. And she went and told.
Yeah.
And this is the situation that we're in.
Well, you
So-
didn't tell him that? You didn't tell him that?
No, I told him, get over it. It was 5th fucking grade, you shit.
Wait, you should have explained like
No, I was like,
any normal adult would have been like, "Oh, okay." Like,
no, okay, maybe I don't think of him as a normal adult, but I was just like,
could you please say his first and last name here?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
don't.
Actually, I do remember his first
No,
and
don't
last
say
name.
that.
But yeah, I was
You should have just explained like.
but I was also pissed off that he was like, he didn't understand the situation. You
Yeah,
know, it's
yeah.
like one of those situations where you're like, really, this is
well, from his
we're
perspective,
adults. We're in
yeah.
our 20s.
Well, who knows, man? His mom could have waterboarded him or something.
Okay,
you
very
know?
fair. I mean, he could have gotten into a ton of trouble for this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I wasn't in control of the situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forever, I feel terrible about
Yeah.
what happened. I feel terrible.
So, do you feel
about it all.
terrible that they got in trouble?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't want them to get
But
in
then when
trouble.
you saw him, you were like, "Get over it."
Well, yeah, it was 5th grade. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, weird shit happens in 5th grade. You need to be
Yeah.
able to grow up and understand. Like,
But it's interesting that you felt bad about it, but then given the opportunity to say like, "Yeah, I feel bad about that."
because okay, I mean, maybe the situation didn't call for it. I
Yeah.
think we were at a party or something, and
Okay.
it's like, okay, here I am. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let me explain the context of this situation to you, Mr.
Let's go back to 5th grade.
He's like pissed off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell him, oh, well, when you destroyed my thing that I told you that you could destroy, yeah, I cried about it later.
Yeah.
And
You were in a
so
position of power. You asked a question. I did not feel free to say no.
Yeah, no. And
Yeah.
then I cried about it. I
Yeah.
tried to stop my mom. I did tell him this. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, look, dude, I tried, but my mom, she was upset.
Yeah.
And she went and told, I'm so
She's a
sorry.
real-
I had
yeah.
nothing I could do about this.
Yeah. So you did say sorry,
Well, okay, so I also don't feel,
like you need to.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know about an apology.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Well, maybe it would be good for you. You know.
no, what would be better for me is for one of them to be like, hey, it was okay. Like,
Yeah.
we shouldn't
Yeah.
have ripped this thing apart. Like,
Yeah.
we, whatever, kids,
Yeah.
we're kids,
But that is a really complicated. That's a very complicated
No, right?
situation.
It's a horrible, it haunts me. I still I get that cringe moment when I'm just like, oh, God, the whole situation, like
Sucks.
them destroying it and then me feeling emotional about it and then my mom getting pissed off about it. And then,
And then it all was like out of your control too.
yeah, I know.
'Cause it
Control.
was-
No
you were
control.
just-
And it was my reputation. I mean, it
Yeah.
destroyed my reputation. Probably good
Yeah.
that it destroyed my reputation because should not have hung around with those kids.
Okay,
but
let's go back to the car. You're sitting in the car.
crying.
Yep. Wait, no. You're an adult now.
Oh, I'm an adult now.
But you're sitting next to 5th grade Chris.
And I'm crying.
Both you and Chris are crying. Both you and you are crying.
I would have grabbed my mom's hand
Oh.
and said, don't do this.
But like, let's say your mom, everyone gets out of the car and it's just you in the car,
Mm-hmm.
and you like turn to yourself, and what would you?
This is going to haunt you forever.
Chris, that's not what we're going for. We're trying to. I need you to be compliant to this therapy. I need you to try.
It's okay. You'll
You need to
never
try
get
and-
over this.
I never think about saying any of that in the moment. Dave does such a good job of like, all right, like, what would you say to, like, you're looking at him. How do you feel towards him? How do you feel towards 5th grade you?
Same as before. I
Just,
feel
like, sad.
bad. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just feel sad.
And if you were his dad, or you really like, if you cared about him in that moment,
Yeah.
you know, what would you say to him?
Stop crying.
All right, so I'm writing down other issues we have, which is like deep self-hatred, normal.
Self-loathing.
What would you say? What would you say to him? Really?
I guess if I really were to try and say something, I'd be like, hey, in life, some things they're out of your control. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to roll with this.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing you're gonna be able to do. Like,
And what would you, after your mom does the letter and after all that, like, what would you encourage yourself to, like, what would you tell yourself to do?
oh, you know what? The only thing that I think I could have done that would have made me maybe feel better to this day is if I had told myself to tell the teacher, like, hey, this is the whole situation. This is what happened.
Yeah.
But I was way too shy
Yeah.
to go out on a limb and say,
Yeah.
hey, this is the situation. This is what happened. Because really, then at the end of it all, like, I was just complacent with everything that happened afterwards. And I was just like, this is a horrible situation. I can't steer this in any other direction.
Yeah.
But then at that point in time, it's like adults are sort of handling it.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
at some point as a kid, you're just like, okay, well, maybe my mom's right. Like, maybe they did something wrong to me. And yeah, maybe they did something wrong to me in this situation. And maybe we're not old enough to understand it, but maybe this is just adults doing, which I think is fair to a certain extent. Like, it's even with, like, I mean, this is like the closest thing you can get to, like, I don't know, maybe I'm jumping too far, but like, I understand how people feel when they're in I understood as a little kid how people feel when they're in a situation where you can't say no to someone who's in power.
Yeah.
And you roll with it and you hate it.
Yeah. And then afterwards you regret that you.
Yeah, you regret all of it and you feel violated in a huge way.
Yeah.
And there's no one there. I mean, as adults, there's no one there really to help you with it.
Yeah.
So that was my first experience of that. And that's really what that is.
What would you have told yourself to do next time? Like, what would you have said? Hey, next time this happens, like, here's what you should do. Here's how you should handle this situation.
Oh, you could say, I don't know. That's maybe something that I could have told myself. Like, you always feel like you have to answer with a yes or a no.
Yeah. And if you don't have an answer, then just tell them, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then leave it at that.
Yeah. Wow. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought to tell yourself, like, well, just next time tell them no. But
I
didn't realize that you didn't
say
know.
No, I didn't. I was terrified to say no, you know, because like there's someone who's in front of you looking at you going like, hey, can I play with all that stuff?
Yeah. Well, but that's a really interesting point because there probably was part of you that wanted to let them do that.
Yes, certainly.
Because you wanted to get something out of that.
Yeah, I wanted to be like, I'm chill, I'm cool.
Yeah.
But then it was like, I guess I didn't know that I cared about the thing that I had made so much.
Yeah.
And so that's what was so painful.
Yeah.
And that's also why I wanted to stop my mom, because I was like, hey, chill. I told them, that was the other bad part. I told my mom, I told them
that they could do that.
that I said that they could.
Yeah. That's a really good thing though, like to realize that
you don't have to say yes or no.
Yeah, you don't have to
say,
give an answer.
I don't know.
It's okay for you to be confused about your feelings.
Yeah.
And so that's your
Take
homework.
some time.
You're going to go home, you're going to meditate on that for 5 hours. Just keep repeating to your little child.
Oh, yeah, except for that
isn't what Dave makes me do, but-
Let's take it to a modern day situation.
Yeah.
Which was tonight. There was a lot of social pressure for me to go out with the customer. But I did not want to go out with the customer.
Yeah.
I knew that there would be there could be potential like work consequences.
That
client-
someone at work would be disappointed that you didn't go out with them.
Yeah, like
like not necessarily you get fired, but someone would just be like, really, you didn't go out with them? Like you should have.
yeah, like this was an opportunity. You missed an
Yeah, yeah.
opportunity. You need to take these opportunities.
Yeah.
And is an opportunity for a million things. Like I can see all the positive things. But I didn't want to go. I mean, I just didn't want to go out. Like, yeah, I just didn't want to go out.
Yeah.
And now I am full of regret, but also satisfied that I won't have to deal with the disappointment of work. And it's
You're full of regret that you went.
yeah, full of regret
Yeah.
that I went, but also satisfied that I did work, right? Like I did my job, and people are gonna be like, yeah, high five.
You went up. You ate that steak with them.
Good job.
Good job.
Yeah, you learned things.
Wow.
Courtney watches a lot of Survivor.
Okay. That's still going.
No,
Oh.
I mean it is actually.
Okay.
Yes, it is. But she's also just like rewatching a ton of Survivor. The world is more like Survivor than you would actually think. Like when you really watch the game of Survivor, it's really shocking. The like, okay, now tonight,
Who are we going to vote off?
if you win this reward challenge, you get this food and you get to sit in on the other team's tribal council and watch them vote someone off. If you don't watch Survivor, I'm sorry, this is confusing.
Yeah.
And they're like, what you get is knowledge.
Dang.
And I mean, that's literally
Yeah.
like tonight. That's why I went out with the customer, because I was like,
You wanted to watch who they voted off.
I needed to listen to what are the, so the complicated situation in this scenario is like there are two consultants, myself and another consultancy, that are working with this customer, and we're both sort of, we're not going after exactly the same thing. Like there's a mutual benefit to us working together, but obviously I want something out of it. And sometimes when I want something out of it, it can make it harder for them to get the full value. Like I'm a complicator to their situation. So okay, so let's say client, consultant 1, and I'm consultant 2. Consultant 1 sort of brought us in. I think they did bring us in. I don't really know. But so consultant 1 can do everything.
Yeah.
But they brought us on because we're experts on our thing. And for me, I'm sort of looking for opportunities with the business to make more money. I'm trying to find like, okay, what are the processes that we could do? And they're sort of doing the same thing. And the reason why it gets complicated is because like I cost money, they cost money. And at some point, services, we sort of trying to do the same.
Yeah.
So, we're both sort of like looking at this customer with like hungry eyes or something, and
You're like, what are their needs? You're trying to figure out like their need, like how they're articulating their needs, and like we can help those needs. Like we can make things better.
We're both jockeying. I'm like jockeying to make sure that I don't want to cut consultant 1 out. I want consultant 1 to get full on other things that I find.
Yeah.
But it's like that's the scenario. I mean, this is tribal council, right?
Yeah.
Like we're sitting at tribal council trying to like sort of figure this out, negotiate this out, and I was like, I don't want to play a game of Survivor.
If you had to kill one of them, would you kill the client or the consultant?
Kill or vote off? Let's do vote off.
How about like consume? If you had to consume one, if it was like a plane lands on a mountain, like who would you eat first?
No, I don't know. Neither.
We'll be back after this.
Yeah.
We had questions.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Let's get to that because we're an hour in, hour 36.
And you don't want to go home when the sun's coming up.
Yeah, I don't want to go home when the sun's coming up.
So we got some questions that came in here. One question. This is from, thanks, Faith. This is from Faith. What is the worst time you farted in public that made other people notice? I can't remember.
Okay, why can't you remember?
Because at some age that I don't remember, I just decided to just own 99% of mistakes or anything that ever happens, to just like it works better instead of getting embarrassed and trying to hide it, to just acknowledge it and like double down.
Yeah.
So now I can't remember the last time that like I farted and it was probably sometime in high school, but I don't have any story about that.
I fart in public so often. So many people notice.
Did it on the podcast.
That literally I am desensitized to the fact that people might be smelling my farts,
Ugh.
and I just don't. I have to fart.
Yeah. It's a human
I can't
thing.
help it.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I would love to hide it, but
Last
if I'm
time
in a
you were-
car with you, I
last-
might have to fart.
Either last time or the time before you were here, we talked about you farting. If you had a Jack Russell Terrier, what would you name it?
Well, I had a Jack Russell Terrier, and his name was Buddy.
There you go. Kyle Heimann. If I had a Jack Russell Terrier, I'd probably name him, I don't know, probably something unoriginal like
Fido.
Terry. Like
Wisdom.
Terry Crews.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
What piece of art would you love to have in your house, not for its financial value? This is from Kyle Heimann, and he runs a radio show.
What piece of art
Would you love to have in your house that you don't currently, not for its financial value, just to have a piece of art? I have like a list.
You have a list of art that you like?
Yeah, well, I have a list of ones that I would like to have, like faith-related sacred art that I would love to have.
Yeah, I don't.
And some of them I have at work that I use a lot that I wish I had here, but I just haven't gotten around to getting them. And they're not, I mean, I just go to art.com
Yeah,
and get
yeah,
a copy of it. But
mine are like local graffiti artists turned like actual like the Banksy,
Like Banksy
story,
type, yeah.
but yeah, artists. But I don't have one in particular. So
when you were, this is from Kyle Schaefer 1. When you were 18, where did you think you would be at your current age? When I was 18, I didn't think about where I would be when I was 30. To be honest, I don't think I thought like when I'm 30, I will be somewhere. I just thought 30 is old.
I thought I would be some sort of VP or exec doing something. That's what I thought.
Making a lot of money.
Making a lot of money. Oh, and a note on the art thing. We actually commissioned an artist to do a big
cool.
art piece in our house.
That's cool. What is it of?
It's abstract, so
it's just
nothing.
and then we got Kyle Heimann. He asked so many questions.
You have a stalker? Is he a stalker?
No, he just asked a ton. Oh gosh. If you could add something unimportant to the ballot, what would it be?
No, I wouldn't add anything unimportant to a ballot.
You're so responsible.
The answer is nothing.
You don't want people to be disappointed in what you're adding unimportant to the.
No, because there's so many things that I want to add to a ballot that
are important.
That are important.
Like what?
So honestly, my number one would be weed legalization.
Like legalizing pot. Yeah. There are too many people in jail for that.
It makes no sense to me.
BSTEC Design says, what are your feelings on the word BOHO? Boho? Boohoo?
Boho? I think it's boho.
What is that?
Like bohemian? I think it's short for bohemian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Boho is an abbreviation of Bohemian Homeless, self-descriptive of the style. Virginia Nicholson, granddaughter of Vanessa Bell, one of the pivotal players.
Into that anymore.
What is that? Curious, slippery adjective. Oh, boho chic.
Yeah, so Courtney has like a jewelry. Shout out to Courtney's jewelry line, Crafts and Love.
Oh, so it's a
also,
shorten of bohemian. Okay, so like bohemian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone who doesn't conform to society is often focused on art.
Okay, yeah, like it's a style in jewelry. Like boho is like a style. So there's a artist that Courtney's knows, Boho Gal. She has a whole line of jewelry.
Okay.
It's like I can't. I'm not going to even try to describe it. So a dude trying to describe jewelry is usually a bad thing. Courtney's sales go down when I man the booth alone at craft shows, and I'm not kidding.
It's so intimidating.
I'm not kidding.
Well, people don't want to buy jewelry from a guy that's not wearing
People
the jewelry.
usually are like, "Did this guy make this?" I don't.
What
did
if you
this guy
put a
make
lot of the
this?
jewelry on?
What it is like people get really confused by
Yeah.
how much they like it,
And that
and then
you're
they
the
see
guy that
me
made it.
and they're like,
You should just start waving a lot.
I
You
do.
Just wave too much. Just you should put a lot of it on, because then it's like a funny thing. Then it's like a fun, like, oh, look at this guy.
"Yeah, yeah, I could." No, yeah, I could.
Make a character. Like make it like you're a
I mean,
mascot.
Guys buy Courtney's jewelry, so. But
Guys wear jewelry.
Yeah. I don't. Anyways,
Look at Johnny Depp.
wait. What was the? Oh, what is my feeling on boho? Yeah, it has such a strong connotation to this one jewelry designer, but yeah, in general, I don't like it. In general, I don't like any abbreviations or acronyms because
that's true.
They
Abbreves are sweeping the nation.
they alienate people.
Abbreves are sweeping the nation, man.
Yeah.
It's late. Should we get out of here? Is there anything else? Do you want to stick around for? I had news things. Do you want to go through news?
Yeah, we can do some news thing. I feel bad. Nick's just like.
Me too.
Yeah, we should hang out with Nick.
This was the one. Did you see this?
What was the other thing, dude? Watch out, Facebook.
Oh gosh. Watch out, Facebook. What do you mean?
Not Facebook. YouTube. YouTube's a dangerous place, man. Like at work, you can't just.
What do you mean the other thing?
Look at your news.
What?
Look at your stuff, dude.
What do you mean? I searched this.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Did you see this? So this is a dog trainer at the end of a Fox News interview.
Absolutely. If I could I throw a PSA out real quick?
Real quick.
Just the remarkable nature of these dogs and them being highlighted in the news creates a huge demand by people that frankly shouldn't have them. If you see the coverage and you decide I want one of these dogs, either buy a finished trained, fully trained and finished dog from a professional, or just don't
He's
get
so
one
nervous.
at all. And Epstein didn't kill himself.
Okay, thank you for that commentary. All right, Mike.
He just threw that in at the end.
Yeah, this has been a thing because wait, is
Joe Rogan's posting about it all the
Is
time.
this guy the former Navy SEAL? Because a former Navy SEAL had done something like this
Really?
too at the end of some, or he like held
Listen
up
to
a
it again.
sign.
It's I love whoever recorded this like screams about
I
it.
don't.
Finished trained, fully trained and finished dog from a professional, or just don't get one at all. And Epstein didn't kill himself.
Okay, thank you for that commentary.
That anchor, that you know what? Good on that anchor. That
just
anchor
smiled
is
up.
just like, I'm just gonna roll with
Oh
this.
man, that's so funny. I almost did that at the Amazing Parish Conference this past weekend.
Yeah, be careful.
I
with
started
that.
getting bored.
People feel strongly. Like,
Yeah.
people
Well, I just
are-
wanted to slip it in. I just wanted to ask a question about like, how do you deal with people wanting to be on your leadership team when you don't invite them on? And also, Epstein didn't kill himself, and then just move on.
I don't know. It's to me, making it a joke is not a good thing because Epstein is a horrible human being, and then the fact that
Maybe he didn't kill
even
himself.
is okay. That's the other thing. Good podcast called Throughline. Dude, America was built on conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah,
Like actually, a lot of just our
like George Washington.
not George Washington, but who's the other? Sam Adams.
He's not a real person?
No, he's a real person, but he was very conspiratorial on what the British were actually doing for taxes.
Yeah.
And a lot of it sort of just churned up things. Oh, we watching the Kit Kat? And
Have you seen this?
I actually haven't seen it, but
So-
I have a note on this that really, really pisses
So
me off.
Giants versus Cowboys, and then this
Yeah.
black cat just kind of walks onto the field and it starts running around.
It's so cute. Looks like he's got a little issue there with the back legs.
Maybe diabetes. Or maybe a blood tumor in his spine.
Yo, that cat, yeah, it does look like this cat has an issue. It has an open mouth. Cats shouldn't really have like open mouths.
Well, I mean, how did he get here? I mean, like,
I don't know.
this
So
guy.
cute.
This is crazy.
Aw.
He's freaking out because he's never had this much attention before. Isn't that crazy? He's a big cat.
He's
That's
a
a
big
big.
cat.
That's a senior cat. He's
Dude,
probably.
I
I'd clock him
I
at.
want to take that cat home.
I'd clock him at like 10 cat years old.
Oh, dude, I wish he'd just lie down. It'd be so great if he just lies down. Oh,
Crazy, huh?
hurting cats. Wait, what happens? How do they? Oh, it just like goes under the. Oh, dude, this poor cat.
Well, they're
dude.
trying. They start trying to like get him,
And we got
trying to get 'em.
State troopers out there.
Those football players don't care.
Prescott's trying to stay warm. Now, how do you get a cat?
How do you get a cat? What do you mean?
Skills in them.
They're like trying to get it. Come on. The security guy puts his hand out. This way, cat. This way, cat.
Okay, so here's something that
Are you going to make this one sad too?
Really upsetting me.
You're going to make this one sad too?
On Reddit,
Okay.
people have been karma scrounging. And so there's this picture of this cat at a rugby game. It was also a black cat. And people are posting this picture of this black cat at this rugby game from a long time ago and saying like Photoshop battles, like the black cat at the Cowboys, whatever game last night. And I had seen this image before. I was like, this is not the cat.
Yeah.
And people were just posting it and reposting
'cause they
it.
think
And
that it's
people are
also-
just, it's blowing up. It's like catching momentum.
Man, that's
and I'm
crazy.
just like, oh man, I can't handle this. Also, we talked before, you know how we were saying I don't do social media? Man, Reddit.
It's social.
media.
That's pretty social. The only other thing I had, which I don't know if we
We're going to talk about Kanye?
no, we can't. We don't have enough time. And me and Kyle Obear are going to do an episode.
On Kanye?
So I think I actually like country music.
Oof.
Yeah, this is the first song.
Oh, loud.
Have you heard this?
No.
This is by Dean Summer. We can kind of just play out the podcast on this, but
I'm going to judge it whether it's real country. Yeah, this is pretty real country. It's always about the voice.
like listen to lyrics.
And I'm sitting here just parked out by the lake.
And we can play this because we're commenting on it.
He likes the lake.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Are you serious?
And I'm parked out by the lake.
No.
This is a 4-minute song.
Dude, they must have had a blast. I would have.
This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Talk about marketing, right?
Okay, I'm a big fan of country too.
Dude. And Johnny showed us this, and he'll, like, when I see him, he'll just start singing it.
The one by Santa Fe. That's where I'm at. I'm sitting out here, Paul.
Dude, I put this on for Danielle. She likes country, my wife. And she didn't pick up on it for a while. She was like, it's an okay song.
Dude, imagine the number of people that listen to this for the first time. They're like, oh, wow, I like this.
It's
They just
well
let it
done.
go,
Like, it's
they
not
let it
hokey.
go,
It's really
let it
well
go,
done.
And then they really listen to it, and you're just like...
But the thing about this is, like, this gets to our generation's, like, liking something ironically.
Yeah.
Like, I bet some people will purposefully make this their wedding song, like their first dance wedding song,
Yeah.
just to see their family members go like,
Yeah.
oh, this is really sweet.
Yeah.
And some of them not get it, some of them
Yeah.
get it, and then they're gonna like it,
Yeah.
ironically. Here's the bridge.
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe, that's where I'm at.
Dude, so brilliant. I mean, this got a lot of attention, right? And now I'm sure he's selling more records. Dean Summerwind.
Yeah, 1.6 million listens.
Well, wait, I don't know if he has other music. I think this might be it.
I mean, that's even better.
Dean Summerland is the sometimes alter ego of Dustin Christensen. Oh, so it is. It's just a joke. He doesn't even do music.
It's
Well,
amazing.
Do we have anything else?
Let's go park by a lake.
Okay, let's do it. There's a lake nearby.
I know. It's not by Santa Fe.
Well, this was good. It's getting late. We got to get you home, or we got to get you back.
Well, yeah, we'll hang out for a bit.
We'll hang out with Nick.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, thanks for coming on.
Thanks,
Those of you
man.
listening, if you made it this far, thank you.
Good on you.
Good on
amazing.
ya.
You made
Yeah.
it.
We'll see you guys later.
I'm sorry.